Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about some ways that I've felt like I've gotten richer in the last year and have really overall just made me view money in such a different way, and realizing that it's actually a lot easier to make it than I ever could have expected. And it really just comes with a little bit of hard work, but also just having a general mindset shift is what really changed my life. And this year I feel richer than I've ever felt before, and it's starting to manifest into my reality. And I feel like I'm learning ways to just have money come to me so easily and effortlessly from various different ways and methods. So I just wanted to share a little bit of those tips with you so that you can start to feel richer in your life, and also just some mindset shifts that I've made and ways that you can change your mindset and affirm to yourself that you are deserving of money and deserving of a rich lifestyle. So a little bit of background: I work a 9-to-5, like a traditional 9-to-5. I work fully remote and from home. And I realized that that is a privilege because it allows me to have more time, space, and energy to do some of these side hustles. But I will say side hustles are the main way that I've gotten richer this year. And the first side hustle that I started with was babysitting. It's so easy to do babysitting and you can get paid in cash. What I did to find families is just posting on general websites, where like community forums and community websites. The one that I use is called Nextdoor, and that way you can find people in your area. And I just did a post that said my experience in babysitting, because I previously worked at a childcare facility, and just list your experience and your general availability. And I also posted this on the Facebook page for the town that I live in. So you can, if you live in a big city, you can just type in like Chicago babysitters, and there's a lot of Facebook groups where people are looking for babysitters and nannies. So if you don't have childcare experience, this might not be the best option, but otherwise you could just ask around, like families you know might be willing to have you babysit for them, because I know there's a big need for it out there. But getting that cash from babysitting was just so helpful for me, just to get my nails done or get my hair done. Just having that cash on hand is really nice, and you can set your rates and how much you want to be paid. And I usually just give a range with like a higher number so that hopefully they'll just pay me that higher number. But the second side hustle that I would say has really helped me is dog walking and dog sitting. I use the Rover app over the WAG app because Rover takes less fees. And so all you have to do is pay a background check fee, which is like $35, but you can easily recoup that once you start getting bookings. And I didn't think I was gonna get any bookings when I started. I saw so many other dog walkers and dog sitters on there with hundreds of 5-star reviews. I was just thinking, I'm not gonna get any bookings. Like, there's so many people, but I love animals, so it's worth it for me to try and invest this $35 into it and just see. And now I'm getting bookings like crazy. So the tips that I would give for getting bookings on these dog sitting and dog walking apps is start with a lower fee, because that's going to set you apart from other people, just so that you can start getting some clients and start getting some reviews so that other people will want to book you. And that really helped me. So I started with just dog walking, and I had low rates. I think it was maybe $15 for a 30-minute walk, and I started getting clients that way. And then I was not getting as many dog walks, so I wanted to increase my services that I offer. So I ended up offering house sitting, that's like overnight sitting for the dogs, and also drop-in visits, which is where you just drop in and take them out to go to the bathroom or feed them. They're a lot easier. And I still kept lower than average rates just so I could build up my reviews, and that worked. I started getting overnight sittings. I started getting drop-in visits. So once I had those reviews, I was able to up my prices and continue to have these repeat customers. And I would say the most lucrative service that you can offer on there is the overnight sitting, because if you work from home and you're okay with just staying at someone's house, I've made the most money through doing that. Let me know if you'd want to see a breakdown of how much I made on Rover this year, because I'm really happy to make more videos about this. And just some ways that you can optimize your profile are definitely making sure you fill out every single prompt that they require. And they're not hard prompts. It's really easy. It's just like explain your background with animals, and you can just keep it pretty general. And also for your photos, for all my photos except for my main one, I put photos of me with animals that just shows like, yeah, I'm comfortable with animals. Like, I just feel like that's a pretty simple thing you can do. So I would definitely recommend Rover because it's just such a simple app to use, and it's really easy work for the money in my eyes, especially if you like animals. And the last side hustle that literally anyone can do, and that's why I am pushing this one the most, is, it sounds crazy, but donating plasma. Because you can make, well, where I live, I can only make $500 a month in your first month, but in other larger cities, you can make $800 a month for 4 plasma donations. The thing with these plasma donations is they only really have the amazing deals at the beginning of the, like your first time doing it, your first 4 sessions. But to me, that's worth it. Like, if I can make $800 just to sit down and donate plasma, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna say no. But how it works is you just find a plasma donation center near you. And from what I've seen, most of them offer these really high payments for your first 4 times. And so you just sign up, and your first appointment will take a little longer just because they'll make sure you're in good health. Like, they'll do a general health screening, and then the actual donation process, you sit there for about maybe 40 minutes total just donating the plasma, and you can't feel it and it doesn't hurt. But it's a little weird of a feeling, but it's nothing crazy. I will say, if you're afraid of needles, it's definitely a little trickier, but I always hated getting my blood drawn, but for some reason with plasma, it doesn't seem as crazy to me. I don't know why. I guess because there's just so many other people doing it, and you can just make so much money to literally sit down for 40 minutes. So I would highly recommend that. And after the first 4 sessions, you can still make good money. I noticed where I live, you can make $120 for 2 sessions. So it's definitely a lot less, but it's just easy ways of money. Like, if you need money to buy a pair of shoes you want, or get your nails done, or go somewhere you've been wanting to go, these are just easy ways to help you live that lifestyle that you know you deserve, and you might not be getting that money from your general 9-to-5. So those are my top 3 side hustles, and almost every day I'm like doing one of my side hustles. I'm pretty crazy about it, but it's just, I don't know, I just feel like having that like side income is really just building up my bank account and helping me to grow in wealth, while my general 9-to-5 is just like paying the bills, you know? So I would definitely recommend a side hustle. And there's a lot of other side hustles out there, like content creation through TikTok and YouTube, and those are other things I'm pursuing. I just haven't seen the money from those yet, but definitely doing other things on the side. Another way that you can get your money to work for you without having to do anything at all is investing. And I know investing sounds really scary, but there's such simple ways that you can do it to really grow your money over time. And the way that I do that is through investing in the S&P 500, and that's just like a general stock of like the whole stock market. And so it's always pretty much trending upwards, even if it does go down some years. Like, it always comes back up, and you always end up with a lot more money if you start it when you're young, and it continues to grow over decades pretty much. And so that's just a way so that you can know you're always safe even when you're older. Just continuing, like, if you just buy even 1 share of it once a month, if you can, I feel like that'll really help you in the long run, and I can make a full video on that too. But other ways that I invest is through having a Roth IRA and a 401k. And a 401k, you can usually just get it through your workplace, and oftentimes your company will put money in as well. And so that's something I would also ask your company about, because that's more of a long-term strategy to grow wealth, more so when you're retired. But I definitely recommend doing these strategies now while you're young, because the money will compound with compound interest. And so it's really important just to always be looking out for yourself. And another way that I invest is through having a Roth IRA. And I really like that as well, because it's not through my company. It's just something you can put money into every single month, and there's a standard amount that you can put in for the year. It's around $6,000. So if you just put in $500 a month, which I know is hard, and there's some months where I can't do that, but doing these types of side hustles can really help to just have that extra money and invest it so that it's just working for you without you having to always put in your own energy to make money. Now I want to go into how I've changed my mindset, and I really just had to sit and think about my relationship with money, because in the past few years even, I had a really negative relationship with money. I just had a really lacking mindset, thinking like, there's not enough money out there, like I just need to save and not spend. But I've started to realize there's a flow of money, and whatever you put out comes back to you in 3. And that's just a universal law for me, just with anything, but I'm trying to apply it to money as well. It's like anything that you put out and like invest in yourself with money, like it's gonna come back to you. I invested, for instance, in this camera that I bought for my YouTube channel. And I'm just hoping, like realizing like that money will come back to me someday because I invested in myself. So just changing your mindset around money. I know it's extremely hard, especially when your circumstances aren't showing you that. Like I've literally been unemployed and like still trying to have these money mindset shifts. And something else that I think of is just, if people can make the amounts of money that you want to make, like why shouldn't you be able to? Like I know there's a lot of privilege that comes with it, but I just feel like we're all worthy of living our most abundant lives. And I just feel like people who do good in the world are so deserving of making this money and being able to help others with that money. And so you just need to think of it that way. Like we need more money in the hands of people who are gonna do good things with their money. And lastly, the ways that I've gotten rich this year is through manifestation. And I feel like that's a big thing right now that's being talked about, and I really feel like it works. And it kind of goes along with the mindset shift, but it's bringing it into your more physical reality, at least for me. So some things that I've done is every single month at the beginning of the month, this is kind of like witchy, but I blow cinnamon into my home and I speak out a certain manifestation about being successful and having money and being abundant. And I can add that on the screen, what I say, but I just blow the cinnamon into my home. I put it on a quarter and I step outside my home, and then I step right in front of it and just blow it through the door on the quarter. And then I put the quarter outside my door for 24 hours. And that's just a way to just kind of speak it into existence. And another way that I speak my money manifestations into existence is every single morning I say thank you to the universe for the things that I want to manifest in my life. So I will say, thank you so much for helping me to make X amount of dollars every month through working for myself. And thank you for helping me to have X amount of dollars in my bank account through working for myself. And I do this every single morning because I just like speaking them out. If you're into like spirituality or religion or even nothing, even just yourself, like speaking them out into existence just helps you to believe that you are worthy of this amount of money so much more. I also have a money jar that this is another witchy thing, but I have a money jar where I just put like bay leaves inside of it and cinnamon and other different like herbs. And on the bay leaf, I write my manifestations. Like I make this amount of money without any harm to others, or a surprise amount of money is coming to me. And I put them, and I do that every month. I just put like a new one in the money jar. It's just another physical representation to just kind of start to reframe your mindset and see that you are deserving of this money. I think that's the basic principle of all of this, is like realizing that you deserve it. And something new that I've been incorporating is writing out like what my budget would be if I made the exact amount of money that I want to make. Say like you want to make like $20,000 a month. So I'll write down like my $20,000 budget for October, and I'll write out every single thing that I would spend my money on that month. And that just really shows you, like, if this was your life that you're manifesting, like that's how you'd be living. And it just really helps you to kind of jump into that timeline. And it's really important not to focus too much on like wishing for that amount of money and wishing, like rather just embodying is really good. Just acting as if it already happened, acting as if you just got $1 million dropped into your bank account. Like, it's kind of just embodying the feeling that you actually want to feel from getting this money. But yeah, I hope these tips helped with reframing your money mindset and helping you to get richer this year, because you are worthy of an abundant life and you're worthy of the lifestyle that you want and feel that you deserve. So I hope that these tips helped, and thank you so much for watching this video, and definitely feel free to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you. Bye.